recording kicked off and leave you in Dan and Brad's hands. Hey guys, what's going on?
All right, Scott, thank you very much for the intro as always on our Wednesday Q and A webinar. Brad, how is your audio?
I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. You're coming through loud and clear to me.
Okay, sounds great. Let's get the show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending our Wednesday Q and A webinar. Before we get started, we always do a customary disclaimer that tells you that Trade Ideas is for educational and informational purposes only, and in no way is a registered investment advisor. Should you seek registered investment advice, please consult one, and it is not at Trade Ideas. Nothing that we are doing here or anywhere on our site should be construed or considered as investment advice that is registered and tailored to you specifically. Now, for educational purposes, let's rock and roll because this is going to be good. As always, we begin with a little overview. You guys know this. You're already subscribers. You've heard this. We're made in the USA by US developers. Inc. 5000, going to be 5 years in a row. We're growing because you guys are our venture capitalists, and we are grateful for it. And today's one of these days, Brad, that we're going to have such a pleasure going over everything. And I've got two real keys for you to focus on, and it's a complete continuation and a reiteration of what we did last week. If you were here, you're really going to enjoy it because you're going to see the privilege it is to not only do well, but lead by example and easy stuff. And we're really going to dive into the philosophy as well. So let's get going. As you guys know, on May 10th, we're starting our 2-week test drive. We haven't had one in a long time, and you guys are already subscribers, but I really have to tell you that this is an opportunity for you to recoup your subscription by maybe introducing your friends or other people that you like to Trade Ideas through our affiliate program. If you are interested in that at all, shoot us an email to info@trade-ideas.com. I'll reiterate that as we get towards the end of the presentation. But of course, pass this to anyone you think might be interested. For $8.99, we're going to do a test drive of this incredible software. And we changed the messaging because, as you know, we discussed our disdain for the Robin Hoods of this world and other people who limit market access. But now we're distilling, Brad. We're like a fine brewed Irish whiskey, perhaps, like proper 12.
Yeah, there's no need to dwell on it, huh?
Right. We're distilling it to a very simple thing that I'm going to demonstrate in 2 ways today. And I have to honestly tell you, because I already know what I'm doing, you guys are going to love it. Okay. We are the only stock market technology that teaches you how to trade and invest. I know all of you are looking around going, what's he talking about? But this is important. Okay. The software teaches you how to do it. I'm going to show you that. Once again, please be aware, trade-ideas.com/test drive. When you go to our website, there's also a pop-up, but 2 weeks of Trade Ideas premium for $8.99. I really suggest you pass that around. Additionally, we spoke last month of a new product we introduced called Strength Alerts for people who are not specifically tied to their trading platform. And this is 5 trades on Monday for you distilled. It's a simpler version of the technology and very easy to follow along, and already lots of people are using it and enjoying it. I'm just reiterating that you should definitely try it out if you haven't. Okay, so on that topic, Brad and I were showing you last week how we have another product that we're going to be launching soon, and it's called Trade Ideas One. Last week, Brad, we spelled the W-O-N, but today it's O-N-E. You guys can decide which one you like better. It's an email alerts everyday product, okay? For all of you premium subscribers, and the reason that I'm just reiterating this is, number one, I want you to see that this is the exact slide from last week, 71.98, Brad. That was the entry price for this thing called Love. And the system that I was showing you was called Shorts Are in Panic Mode. Okay.
Yeah, and I think we shared that strategy last week.
We shared that strategy. Maybe, Brad, you can pop it in while I'm yipping and yapping here into the chat, just in case for others who don't have it. Okay. So another one that came across and I showed the same slide, was HCSG, shorts are in panic mode. So you can kind of see like what would you see on your phone, and then you do or do not take action. Okay, let me minimize the presentation. Let's jump right into it. So exciting. So first of all, I decided last week after I had done that I really enjoyed that presentation for a number of different reasons. And I thought to myself, well, you know, good or bad, I'll just show everybody an example of what it's like to follow this $1,100, although it's worth that, Brad, $11 a month product dialed into a strategy called the short-term panic mode. What's it like to have actually done it for a week? As you can see, I was buying roughly about 1,000 shares, except for this tiny little guy, Galt, that I bought 2,000 shares of. But the reason, remember the slide? This was my entry for love. Okay, so I didn't get it exactly on the point that was on the slide, because again, it's not automatic, and this doesn't have to be automated. That's the whole point I was saying. I saw the signal was at this price, and here's where I ended up picking it up at $70.91. Of course, guys, this is done in simulated trading mode, but that, of course, is how you learn on the driving range without risking capital or your handicap in golf terms. So here I am literally going through it, and Brad, I don't know if you can see it. Well, you can, of course, but I'm going to resort this so you can see the chronological order of what I have done. Okay, the first stock I had bought was TIEC Q, okay, patent supplies, short float was 19%, or so they say. And this is what it looked like from a swing trade point of view. Here you can see it. Entry was done on this day. There was a big pullback, but not below the lows of the day. So we were still in, and it continued and pulled back today, okay? The other slide, as you saw, was HCSG. Okay, let me pull that back real quick, but you can see it here, but I'll just pull it back. Whoops, sorry, right here. $30.83. It went all the way as high as $32, okay, and 49 cents. And look, you can see the date, and it's pulled back to where the total P&L is $365. Today was a negative day. You can't possibly win them all. Now to love, our initial slide. Here it is. In and then going. Kind of similar a little bit, I think, to this one. This kind of pattern, okay? And here you see it here on these 3 days, and then continuing. But do you guys see that in terms of simplicity, you saw the strategy, you saw what I did, and you see this, me showing you, well, how does the software teach you? Well, it's teaching you through expectations. And of course, you understand that every day I'm watching this P&L, I'm watching these percentages accumulate. So I'm totally comfortable taking a little bit of a pullback today. And of course, you wouldn't have to trade 1,000 shares. You can trade 100 shares. You can trade 200 shares or $2,000. You can really do whatever it is that makes you comfortable. Here, I'm just kind of making it simple as an example for everyone to see. And the privilege is that I got to do it all in real time. You can see the entries. You know, sometimes I would catch something late, see, 3:50 p.m. Sometimes I catch it early. Sometimes in the middle of the day, Brad, you know, because the funny thing is my phone is not always on me, and I'm not watching this strategy on anything but my phone. How cool is that? Okay, so here's an example of Blink. Okay, right here, we buy it on this day. It has a pullback, but nowhere near the lows, so kind of simple money management. And here it is continuing to go higher. Fantastic day today. Okay, was the winner today overall. I'm doing this so you can see also, remember, today's the 28th, and this was done on the 22nd. Once again, here, you can see the strategy of why the shorts could be in panic mode. I mean, maybe their thesis is right, but what if, you know, you have a short float of almost 30%, and this thing starts to run? Woo! You're talking about psychological pain here, okay? And this one, you know, I'm not 100% certain on it, but because I'm in so many other great positions and winners, I am totally comfortable. You know, down 380 today, but still $120 overall. So you can, and this allows you to unemotionally pivot and work through different concepts, but overall still know that you're just executing the strategy. Here's SEIC, Brad. Do we not love this kind of behavior?
Well, that's a great little trade right there, huh? Love the V bottoms.
Right, all on the phone, guys. All on the phone. This is what we do. This is what separates trade ideas from the other companies is you got the founders still cranking it out like this, looking at our phone, not like trying to like, you know, have some super quant formula that nobody knows about. I mean, that stuff's silly. That's why I really don't believe any of the BS the hedge funds tell you. We put our own money on the line, our own money at risk, and the ideas don't have to be very complicated. In fact, sometimes it can be just as simple as these guys who are just piling on the short side have no idea what they're doing. Possibly. Now, this one, Brad, I think, by the way, was just one slightly different strategy because I'm looking at the short float and it's only 1.2%. But guys, this is in training mode. If you remove this, it wouldn't change this account. But the concept is similar to what I've always said. Okay. And I think I might have gotten this from the AI, Brad, a pivot. You know, I think the AI was actually short this, which happens on these
Are you
types.
talking CVM or are you talking this SEIC?
No, SEIC, because I've noticed that the shorts would not be in panic mode there, you know, because again, I want to make sure I'm telling everybody exactly what I did. And this is the thing, you know, you're working in simulation mode, so you're not completely like, this is not a Iron Maiden kind of confinement. Okay?
No, but I will tell you that with the latest feature that's out there giving you the ability to add multiple simulated trading accounts, then you know you really could have set up different accounts and done it differently. But I got you.
And I just did that today because of this exact thing, Brad. And here I'm showing you that I have an overall simulated default trading account where all these trades are, but I switched to shorts or in panic mode. And starting Monday, all of my shorts in panic mode are going to be where? In shorts in panic mode. Like, how many more times can I repeat shorts in panic mode?
Nice work.
Okay. CVM definitely fits the profile, and shorts were in panic mode, and another beautiful trade. Okay. ARRY. Whoops. The only loser so far. That happens, but look, the total P&L is $314 negative. You're completely within yourself to be able to see if, well, maybe, you know, big reversal like on some of these other ones. And of course, PGNY 2 days ago, just beautiful. And GALT. How else can you learn, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not really applying what you're saying you're going to do? And here I'm getting to show you two beautiful things. Number one, we're launching this thing as a product. I mean, obviously you're seeing me execute it on my brokerage plus and whatever, but you're going to get this for $11. This message, hey, PETQ shorts in panic mode, CVM shorts in panic mode, ARRY shorts in panic mode. That message comes over your phone, and number one, you'll know you can trade on whoever brokerage you want. And this is for people who are not glued to their trading terminal. I mean, of course, I'm doing all the testing, but I'm showing you why is it that we do what we do. And by the way, Brad, can I be honest?
Okay, please do.
I never ever even back tested this strategy, ever. It may or may not back test well, because let's face it, you know, you guys have to know that back testing in and of itself is just also one other spectrum of analysis. You know, it's not, what I'm saying is that sometimes you can have an idea and you can catch the wave of that idea as it's working. It doesn't even require a test. And for me, that wave of the idea was none other than what was happening with the meme stock and GameStop, which we've discussed at Tedium, saying there's lots of people who may be illegally short stocks, getting margin calls. These things can run. Brad, it's not unlike what I had said before about the SPACs. Hey guys, this looks interesting. These are a new type of IPO deal, and they may not always keep going the way they're going, but certainly this methodology is working right now. And I love being able to showcase an 8.73% return in a week. Think about this.
I look at some of the other metrics on that brokerage plus on that left statistical area, and that profit factor of 94. I mean, that just stands out huge, showing that your winners far outpace your losers by a factor of 9 to 1.
Yeah, Baljinder, if I'm pronouncing your name right, and I'm sorry if I'm not, we're going to show you how to set this up. If you already have Trade Ideas Pro, and especially in premium mode, we will show you how to do this shorts or in panic mode. Brad, you know what I have to say for that, with the tildes, I might want you to do it on your screen, but let's save that towards the end. Okay, is that okay with you, Brad?
That's fine. That's fine.
Mr. Tilde. Okay. So the next thing we talk about, how does Trade Ideas teach you how to trade, is of course, especially for you premium guys, RAI. And I have to just take you through the trades today so you can really appreciate what we appreciate. Okay, first of all, remember the Trade Ideas AI gives you opportunities to learn how to do trades and follow it. Okay, following it in both directions, long and short, because it's a statistical based system. It's like counting cards in Las Vegas. Talked about that many, many times. Let's take a look at what it looks like to walk through emotionally a trade in Trade Ideas Pro using our AI. And again, guys, today, of course, is a fantastic day. Fantastic, but guess what? It's ours. We have it. We did it. And we didn't know we were going to do it. We say we will do it, and we usually try to do it. But again, you never know. But this is when it works. I mean, this is how it's hitting on all cylinders. Okay, so VNE. And you guys who are already having premium, A, if you're not using some of this for your own self, you should be a little ashamed. But B, notice, look at what you're missing. It's possible you're just, sitting there trying to figure out the perfect indicator color, MACD, decal to RSI channel McClellan. Bollingers. Give me more Bollingers. Okay, take away some Bollingers. Okay, but here it is. The AI is doing everything for you. And here it goes, the sell signal. Stop right here. So notice we're protecting you with our own math. We're okay. We're going to get in right here. But if we're wrong, here's our exit. You can see this is dialed in on the chart for you. Boom, enters and good evening, good night. Let's take a look. Good long sniff at VNE. That's what a winning trade feels like. Brad, did I sniff that properly during
I don't know. I kind of turned away to answer a question, and I heard your sniffing, and it got me curious. What are you talking about?
This trade, the first one that came up today, the first trade of the day, I said, we hit it. And I sniff that victory.
That's nice when you're instantly positive, right?
Consolidation. And then this is just you're like, I don't even know what to do here. I mean, at this point, Brad, when I look at stuff like this, I'm like, wow. I mean, either something terrible's happened, which is possible, but I might be looking for maybe a rebound too, because how these things like to do, but not a big short float. So this could get annihilated. I mean, this is just a beautiful sell right here. There's no other way to call it. A beautiful kind of birdie / eagle golf trade. Beautiful. This is all, you already have this, okay? You already have it, Mike. Don't fight it. You already have it. Okay. So let's look at another one. I would have preferred, Brad, that we hit this one at 59, but we might have. Who knows? But literally, it's almost as if, Brad, there's some sort of a computer-based AI system that's looking for a pattern. I don't know where I could get that idea. I honestly don't, Brad. Please help me. Explain to me how.
I'll think about it.
You just think about that, but I want the customers here, the subscribers, the fans, the friends.
You got the same exact pattern there, right?
You've got the same exact pattern recognized. See, short VNE, short AVR. And by the way, to be honest, those are a little bit scary, right, Brad? Because they're kind of far down. You think, oh no, I'm going to sell it and it's going to rip up, which by the way can happen. But what is this right here, Brad? This red line where I said, we teach you something. What does this teach?
Yeah, that's our intraday stop. So every one of these signals that the AI generates, it has a profit target. Most of them have the profit target, but they all have stops. And that's just to protect you, making sure that the idea is not really valid when it exceeds that stop.
and you don't, well, statistically, right? But for your risk perspective, you might want to be able to. And the point is, these are guideposts. Teachers just kind of work with you. Ultimately, you will have to do the performance, you know, whether it's Butch Harmon for Tiger Woods or whoever the hell teaches, you know, a Mike Phelps, or certainly the coaches in MMA. They're not doing the fighting. They're giving you the high level stuff. And so are we. It's embedded within everything that we do, this feedback loop system that you ain't gonna get in no TradingView or TC2000 or whatever else other people sell, okay? So let's continue. This is a day in the life of, now this is a long trade, okay? What's kind of cool about this is that the first signal pops in over here at 6 minutes after the open. But let's face it, Brad, you know where a lot of us are 6 minutes after the open?
I know where you are.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
Coffee time. Come on, guys, you know this. 6 minutes after the open's perfect time for a little bathroom break. You're like, dang it, I missed it. This thing just popped in and you're sitting there. And but lo and behold, it gets triggered again, Brad, at 7:36. So like an hour later, when you're in no bathroom emergency or travail, it's like, hey, Brad,
You may have forgotten something.
you may have
Or
forgotten
missed it.
something. Would you like to get yourself some EVRI? We think it's good. Mind you, Brad, if you're wrong, you know, here's your stop point. All like literally spelled out for you in beautiful lineage 101.
So I think it's probably important. Those two different ideas were generated out of two different strategies. Just
two different
looking
strategies.
at footprints. Yeah.
Right?
Just
Two
the stock
different
was in play.
strategies. As Brad said, two different strategies had two statistical footprints. But ladies and gentlemen, the beauty, okay? Notice that, do I have any indicators on my charts? Am I sitting there doing spreadsheeting or looking at RSIs or MACDs or other stuff they make you to not trade or invest? No. You've got your in and you've got your risk management. The next, it's all up to you now. It's up to you to do. We can lead you to water. We can show you how delicious it tastes and what it would be like if you hydrated yourself, but you're ultimately gonna have to take a drink. Okay, and I'm showing you, Brad, the water tastes so good. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Notice that we do not just simply trade micro stocks or penny stocks, but what I do want to say is that once again, you should take a look at the similarities between this, and this. Come on, Mike, start cursing at me with these stochastics or whatever curse words you have out there. Okay, so here's another one. There's a break, you've got your stop, never touched it, and just the momentum continued to follow through all the way through the day. Okay, so you can see also, of course, in the feedback mechanism, you guys, Brad, you see my mouse, correct?
Yeah, you're looking in the bottom right of your screen.
Right. So we tally up each percentage point that we accumulate in each trade independently. So you can see, like, what are the total percentage points that we accumulated? Obviously, the ones that we lose, we subtract. So today's percentage accumulation was an insane 34.48%. Please don't get confused and think you made 34.48% today. Okay, that's not exactly how it works. But the percentages that we caught independently, okay, are the cumulative of 34.48%. Does everyone understand this? So each one of these trades, this was a 10% winner, okay, AVRI. VNE was a 7% winner. Sorry, AVIR. Then EVRI won 6 and 4. So you had 6 on this one, 4 on that one. And it hit the target, I mean, and then continued. By the way, Brad, I'm pretty sure, isn't moderate profit, you're not getting out at the end here. It's right here. You're getting out
Yeah,
of
only
that.
on the conservative are you going to adhere to your timed exits or your profit targets. If you're in the moderate mode, you're going to be holding it to the end of the day. I think it's like
All right.
5 minutes before
Thank
the
you. Thank
closing,
you. Moderate is the end of the day. Aggressive,
unless you get stopped out, right? So if you get
unless
stopped
you get
out,
stopped
you're
out.
at
And
the stop.
aggressive is pants down. Got it. Okay. So once again, AMD was a similar move. So the computer is able to kind of smell and see and sense these. And I love being able to take you through a day in the life of, so you can see exactly what it would have been like. And I'm just doing it in chronological order. So here we are now 6:45. It's only been 10 minutes since the market's open. KALT, long. Okay, we bought. And once again, this shows you the teaching aspect and the critical nature of what we do. And Brad, what happens right here? We were stopped out.
It hit the stop price, so it got stopped out, exit position, and
And
start
it
over.
got stopped out, and your losses also minimized, and it continued to go lower, which can happen from time to time, which is why in aggressive mode, you would have been down a total of 1.73 points. But this is what your stops are for. And notice they're built in for you, okay? Here's one, a buy. Again, perfect. You've got your sell. And the reason I keep focusing, so do you guys see this shaded area right here that's kind of more dark green and red? I'm sure that you do. And the idea is, so this is conservative mode. This is the back test area, okay? And this is what we timed it for. This is called the timed exit, right, Brad?
Yeah, so without looking closely, I think that was what, probably an hour long strategy test. And that's the way it was optimized, saying, okay, what's the best we can do with this strategy here, holding it an hour and wanting to be profitable.
Right, and this is the color denunciation of the hour time frame. And afterwards it ran up and hit the target, okay? And of course, again, these are just points where you can say to yourself, well, maybe I'm gonna take my profits, especially on something like this potentially, or you can say, hey, I'm gonna just hold it till the end of the day. These are your choices, you have to make them, but we're showing you visually the ramifications of these choices and how they apply to your P&L. And nobody else in the whole of software is doing this. Another one, another long, just beautiful trade, 91, runs right up, pulls back.
Yeah, so that one got out there probably on a profit save, which is an algorithm that we have in the conservative mode. When it runs up a certain amount and pulls back a certain percentage from that run up, then we'll get you out and protect some of that profit.
Correct. And once again, you have three different ways you can style it. You can aggressive, conservative, or moderate. And we're just showing you what it looks like when you follow these instructions visually. Okay, nowhere near the stop the whole time. You're still doing good. Of course, AVIR we already covered earlier. EVRI, this was one that was covered. CHRW. This is an interesting one, Brad, in my opinion, because it beautiful entry and then really just proceeds to go down lower, but rebounded. Okay.
All from a very, very large gap down today.
Correct. So these are the kinds of things. So we're trying to show you right now is almost a commercial of, well, this is what we do. This is how we show you. This is how the software interacts with you. And finally, what I'm going to do is just bring you to this one. Was just one that happened to have not worked out great, which also can happen on any day. Here, it was a short sell. It looked like, the software thought, okay, in my opinion, Brad, a mean reversion type of play where you think, okay, we're pulling back. Maybe it's going to sell back off into this area, but it continued to higher. But that is why we have the stops. Ask yourself honestly, have you seen any other software do what we are showing you today? Okay. The answer is no. It's just, you don't have it, okay? So Gerald had talked about Ford, and that reminds me of the other aspect of Trade Ideas risk reward system. Okay, notice every stock, and this is not a great example after hours. Brad, we're still gonna figure out a good way to do it. After hours is just kind of like a strange time in the stock market. But what I'll do is I'll pop in, let's say, another stock.
But I'm surprised you don't have on your single stock right there. I know this is your own personal heads-up display, but you don't have the earnings date field, which would clearly let you know.
Because, Brad, great point. So I'm going to show you configure, search. Whoops, I can't spell. I'm a Russian immigrant. Earnings date, show column. Here we are. So today it had earnings after market, and this is what happened after market. But what we show you is depending on where it is right now, and that's this light area, if you buy it, whatever size, and in my case, I use $5,500 for these values, but they're customizable. So if you go to tools, options, AI trade size, this applies to your training risk parameters, okay? So I use $5,500. And this is reflected in every stock. So if I look at NFLX, okay? If I buy right here, $5,500 worth, my profit target or my reward is 137 based on math, and my stop is $69. Obviously, with a $500 stock, you're not going to be buying a lot of shares, putting $5,500 in. So you can understand what we're talking about and why this is happening. But let's look at something else, like for example, CDE. So here, and again, notice that the 260, 133. If you're right here and you're buying 5,500 shares, based on this is where you're possibly looking to take some profit, but really if you're trying to position yourself long, you've got this full risk reward gameplay that's available to you for every single stock, okay? Here's your Bitcoin miner, Marathon
Going through some familiar positions, I see.
Well, I'm just kind of going through a top list, but the point is that I'm trying to show people that whatever it is, somebody give us some stocks you want to see. Brad, we don't do that often, but we'll show you what our software is doing for stocks that you like. And that's, you know, somewhat entertaining if you want. Again, if not, then we can continue in all sorts of different directions for showing you guys different things. But my point is that the combination of what I've showed you with the AI, what I showed you with the shorts are in panic mode, okay? And what I'm showing you right now, where you see this risk and reward for every position, if it's your favorite Apple, you know, 104, and I can't read that squiggly. See, Brad, this is the stuff about after hours. It's kind of weird with what we do here. I mean, you know, Brad and I just like to babble when we talk about this. I can't quite make this out.
Yeah, I think what we have, there are a couple issues there, but I think that the after hours is taking precedent over our other display, and I think we want to reprioritize that.
Agreed. Kier, I think maybe Barry can answer that and support. That's a Barry question.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up VLDR, trade of the week.
Okay, so VLDR. What was it? What day was Monday, Brad? Was it the 25th?
I think that was the day, that big green candle.
This one?
Yep, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're on that doji day.
Right, so this was the day, and I mean, these things happen. Obviously, it ran up a lot the next day. And here we are kind of in a 15-cent pullback, but everything about it still looks great. And really look at your smart stop is way like at 13.78. And this is your reward. And again, just high level stuff, right? It doesn't mean exit. In fact, if it kept on going higher, considering what we try to do with the trade of the week, you know, I would say, okay, this is cool. It's heading in my reward zone. I'm getting paid, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're exiting. This just shows you what you could expect. And that's really the difference. and why it's so important. Right now, you pull up some stock on TradingView, you're just gonna see some numbers. Here, we give you, like, let's say you pull up a stock like Laser, you know that, you know, if it's going here, you're gonna be up 443 or losing 222 here instantly, okay? Go to something like TK Tankers, which, by the way, I'm long, okay? Same thing. Here you
Zoom
are.
out a little bit on that.
Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. It's starting to make a nice little turnaround move. I'm a big fan of these. I show you guys things that I'm doing because I R&D with real trades, real emotions, everything, so that you can follow me and not be intimidated by what I'm doing, because I'm not trying to be super fancy quantitative guru about it. I'm just trying to take a simple concept and just rinse, repeat, over and over and over, okay? And here it is, TK, smaller stock. Let me show you another one that I'm a big fan of, USX.
Yeah, that had a nice little V-bottom day there on Friday,
Yeah.
huh?
Great looking V-bottom day. You guys should be looking at these. And by the way, if you look at them and you're interested in them, right, there's lots of different ways that you can notify yourself. One of them is to, of course, heart it, meaning you like it, like you like something on Twitter, social media. And another one is like you can set an alert for yourself, create an alert. We're going to improve this for you phenomenally very soon, but USX is tracking. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So do you see like how I take just general ideas, then I execute a simple concept, and now I don't have to think about it. That's the important part about trading. And if you think about all professional sports where people excel, it's called the flow state. No great golfer is thinking about his swing while he's winning tournaments. He's just executing, he's dialed in. Everything is flowing, flow state. When you start thinking about bullshit, well, then that bullshit takes over your mind and you're not in a flow state, okay? So be aware of that and know that we make it very easy for you to do it. Okay, here's another one, the Real clothing accessories. This is a high short interest stock. Very interesting move here. You can zoom out. But isn't it nice to know exactly beforehand, you know, again, knowing that this is the kind of, me specifying myself that I'm trading 5,500 shares, and obviously it's customized to you, but now whenever you look at a stock, it sort of becomes your fingerprint. You know, you have your stamp on it, it has your own sort of metrics that you are following, and let's just change this real quick. I can say 420 shares. Mike's going crazy. Okay. And it'll just adjust everything to that number.
Pull up, KJ's asking about PLX. I don't know if you pulled that one up, but looks like it had an unfortunate gap down today. Or fortunate, I guess, depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah, and if you're a buyer, then it's a good move. But once again, for whatever it is, the shares or how you're going to do it, here's your risk reward built in. You didn't have to do anything, okay? It's built in. So when you're trading some of the bigger names, you see bigger moves, $1,300, $672. And of course, guys, we are going to improve. There's some issues with the daily bars, and we know all of that. But we're gonna make it for you. Did they gap up? Or am I screwed? No, sorry. I was zooming. Wait, is this an IPO? I think it might be an IPO. That's
yeah,
okay.
just a strong day today.
Well, also, I think only 3 days. That's why I was. Okay, here's another one that looks a little bit IPO. Okay, 509, 255. You have to ask yourself, is this information important to you? Is it important to you that as soon as you look at a stock, you instantly see your risk reward presented to you based on your own settings? Is that important to you? If it's not, I'm not really sure I can help, but it should be important, okay? It should be very, very important. And these are the things that teach you how to win at it. GameStop, want to trade that at 400 shares, Brad, enjoy your 7,300 to 3,600 swings. Amazing stuff. Okay, so as we're reaching toward, so today, in summary of what I was showing you, I showed you how I took a strategy called short-term panic mode and executed it exactly as I told you last week, and I'm going to continue for next week's Q and A just to see how it is and show you that this is part of a product that we're launching called Trade Ideas One, which is an email-only service that you can use and get these ideas and then execute them whichever way you like. And we will soon be creating a mobile app too. I don't know if it'll happen in 2021, but certainly in 2022, where you'll be able to access your brokerage online, kind of in a simple Robinhood type environment, but of course through your own brokerage. Okay, so the question is on Every, what was Holly's stop loss at the first? It's the same one, 1660. So you didn't, it wasn't a lot. Joseph, you see that?
Go ahead and click on the other one, Dan. It'll update the stop if it was different.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. 1661, see this red arrow right here, okay? And the other one,
So same, it was probably looking at the low of the day.
yeah. So what does yours show, Joseph? Do you only have one trade or two? It wouldn't have mattered for this one, by the way. So Brad, what do you know what the first one is? I'll just go to the strategies and look at the first one that
I would love to help you, but I've got this development version running that is
gotcha.
got me all
Okay.
messed up.
Okay, Joseph. Yeah. Time frame. Okay, we're all good. And good questions. We always want to like see if we can answer them. Obviously, we always want to. But this is the point I'm making here, is that we differentiate ourselves in specific ways, and these are the ways that I'm showing you. Yes, Dimitri, the right clicks are customizable. You can make that anything you want in terms of, if you're like right here, trade, these things, see, like these are all, I made a lot of these. Okay, these are all customizable. And there's tutorials on how to do it. So that's also makes it very easy. It would be through editing the strategies. This is just for today's kind of Q&A. We don't dive that deep into it because you can get sort of lost in the weeds. But certainly if you shoot an email to info@tradeideas.com, somebody can show you the exact way that that can be customized. Okay, so this is how you do it. Cameron, you use this thing right here, okay, and you edit custom channels and you add the channel and you can enter your own cloud link into it, and you can import your own pictures and do lots of stuff right there. It's really cool and simple. Brad, if I answered the right question. When you say pin it, I feel like I didn't.
Yeah, no, I think, well, I was interpreting the question as how would he take that particular window, that strategy trades window like you have in that bottom right, and add it to his custom channel. And our custom,
absolutely.
but our custom channels can be a single window, it can be a couple windows, or it can be a full layout.
Right click duplicate, so now I have two of them, and right click pin. Okay, very good. Very, very sorry about that. I was answering the wrong question. That's why. You know, I did okay in school. That's not my strong suit. My imagination is my
As long as you
strong
were
suit.
sitting next to a smart guy, right?
Come on, Brad. Then you gotta be nice.
Sorry.
Okay, so we've told you what we do. You should be doing kind of what I'm doing. You should be practicing strategies in simulated mode. I showed you how I did that with short-term panic mode. All of you can execute it. We're going to switch over to Brad's screen before we finish up. And Brad, do a quick showcase of how to launch this email strategy, if you will.
All righty, let me.
And the link, by the way, is in the chat for everyone.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just bring in our browser, and I'm going to go to the Trade Ideas website. Also, let me just grab in our chat, I'm going to go ahead and grab the cloud link right here in my clipboard. Okay, so we'll go back to the home page here. We're going to go to support. I want to make sure that you are logged in the right account. Go down to account management. And in here, we've got this email SMS setting option. So you would come in here, and this is where you would drop a little bit of information. So let me show you what you would drop. The first thing we're going to do is I need to load up that cloud link into a window. So let me load that up. Here's the window. Now what I need to do is I need to right click in it and I need to grab the collaboration link. Just going to copy it to my clipboard again, and I'm going to drop it right here in the collaborate field. This is where it would be shorts are in panic mode. And now I have to determine, what do I want that email to tell me? What information do I want it to convey? And we've got a little legend down here at the bottom. So I could say, you know, in the subject field, it's going to be shorts are in panic mode, and then I want the stock. So I really just want these two characters here, the W and the S. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the W and the S, and that's all I really need to do. Plus I need to add either my email address for the email, or I could set it up as an SMS text as well. And then you hit update strategies, make sure it's enabled.
And Brad, you should keep that enabled for a little while, buddy.
Yeah, you know, I'm logged into a different account here on the web, so it's not, because my account has some stuff normally already in here. So I know that if I hit it, it's going to go to some account that I don't even know where it is. So
got it. Okay.
But that's all you do, is you just drop in the collaboration link. The collaboration link is really all the components of this strategy right here. What filters are set up in it, what alert is set up in it, what columns are in it. So all of that detail is right here in this link. And it's interesting, if I was to take this link right here and just drop it into the URL space of a browser, you're going to get really our older version. I mean, this is in 2003, you know, what we had, we were delivering our alerts through this browser, and, you know, all of that information in the URL right there contains all the filter settings and everything you would need for that strategy. So I hope that explained it. You know, it's we are definitely improving this particular part of the software, the notifications.
But Brad, to be fair, we had the COVID early with our QR code.
Yeah, we did. Huh?
We knew. We knew what was coming.
Yeah.
We knew it. Okay, so that's how you set up that strategy. And I really suggest all of you do exactly what Brad said. You will really enjoy the feel of the feed, and it'll be a completely new way for you to experience trade ideas. So Brad, why don't you hand me back the reins and I'll finish up. And I'm going to say that again, with all the stuff you're seeing, really tell your friends. Maybe, do you want to show something on the document?
I don't, because I don't have it set up right now. I really did want to have some layouts. We have it now, so it's savable, which is getting us to a much further place here and being able to release the docking components. But, you know, just imagine you can have all your windows in one or more different docks. You could have a channel bar in a dock. You could have two channel, you know, a channel bar in one dock and a channel bar in another, or you could have, you know, 4 different charts in this guy, and they could all be configured the way that you want them. So it's going to be a lot more flexible. You, of course, will still have the ability, you know, to treat these as free floating windows like they are now. But it's just going to be really, really nice in your ability to manipulate the windows. So I'll throw it back to you now.
Yeah, Randall, I love what you're asking. I sort of want that myself, but we haven't really released it just yet. Okay. On this Q and A, we show you guys what we're doing, kind of like how we productize things and things like that. So you guys really get an early view into things when you come in to our Q and A webinar. It's coming out soon. We'll give more updates, Randall, but soon. But again, if you're already a subscriber, and you know, I'm gonna have a slide which says, you know, if you already have Trade Ideas Pro or regular, you can do what Brad's doing. You can already do it. Liliana, I'm not sure what your question is about TrendSpider, other than they're a partner of ours and we do some webinars with them, with Michael Noss. So I think
Yeah, you can link to it.
Yeah, you can link us to TrendSpider. We work together. They're buddies of ours. All right, I'm gonna finish up the presentation by first of all pointing out that lots of these questions that you guys had today, you can kind of see all this in action in Barry's Trading Room. Fantastic venue for everyone. Trade-ideas.com/trading room, always on during market hours, and a great meritocracy of traders. So let me see real quick. Dale was asking a question. Let's see if I can answer it. Do you see where it says hide 0 positions? If you uncheck that, you'll see your closed positions in there. Okay, I have it checked. Uncheck.
And I think hit that type drop down right next to that one. I think you have an option there to do some additional filtering as well.
Yeah, I just didn't do anything today, so I had no closed ones, but you can do some stuff. Make sure you
want to download the beta, Dale.
Yeah, Dale, you got to download the beta, correct. Download the brand new beta. Let me get back to this. Comma. Some says loading. Brad, is my internet off? Whoops.
No, I hear you. I
Okay,
hear you.
so. All right, so we talked about Barry's Trading Room, fantastic resource. You can get to know different people and trade ideas in different ways. Trade-ideas.com/strategy gives you an ebook from our senior software developer, Dave Mabe, who's doing a lot of our software development. You kind of get, be a fly on the wall in his mindset. Really recommend that for you. And of course, our education is bar none, including the fact that you guys get to talk to the CEO, the COO, and we're still very interactive with the software, always have been since 2003. There's constant education to get you up to speed on everything that you need to know about trade ideas. Just go to trade-ideas.com/live, and that's where you can learn it. If you cannot afford $6.20 cents a day, which is how much it costs, I don't know why we say $7.50, Brad. I mean, I think we got to update our math. Maybe we're doing it for only non-weekend days, since you're not trading on the weekends. But honestly, you can work with the software all the time. And if you can't afford this, then trading is not the right thing for you. And I have to be the mean guy to tell you about it. But it's true. So this should not be a handicap. This is a barrier that keeps those that shouldn't be in it out of it. And it's a good barrier. And of course, for today, if you need help signing up, we have a promo code MAYDAYS, 15% off your first month for a year off of Trade Ideas. We do a podcast. I used to do it all the time, but now it's done by various guests of ours and other team members of Trade Ideas. Please search for that on your search engine. And we're easy to get a hold of. And while myself and Brad have been banned from social media, we have @Trade Ideas, @Trade Ideas Quant, @TI Steve G, and please like us on Facebook and other places that don't like your friendly neighborhood CEO. Of course, you can always reach us by phone or email at info@trade-ideas.com. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll be in there again for some time. Yeah, I'll come back. Me and Jamie had some fun. Then we got kicked out. So everyone, thank you so much for your time. Scott, I think that wraps up the presentation this Wednesday.
Yeah, that takes care of everything. Thanks. Keep an eye out tomorrow for a reminder about how to find that replay of the video. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.